important to have a plan. Have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this degen?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss.
Really, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of a macro market. It's just what happens.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom. So we can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to this special Whiskey Wednesday episode of July 9th. My name is Will Stevenson. I'm going to be your host. I am joined by my two fantastic panelists, my bar hoppers. We've got Nate McGettit and we've got Brendan the Anonymous Bean. For those of you guys who don't know who we are, again, my name is Will Stevenson. I'm an iron worker that travels around the states building TV and radio towers. In my free time, I talk cryptocurrency to assholes and degenerates such as yourselves and these fantastic gentlemen over here. Nate McGettit is one of the DGen Roundtable's networking guys. He goes around and sees what's happening in all the different communities and goes and talks to people and does a little bit of streaming on the side. He's got his own channel, The Ascending Man. Check him out over there. And we're also joined by Mr. Brendan, the Anonymous Bean, who has mysteriously disappeared and fallen into a pool of lava. And he's back because he's fucking lava-proof, baby. We love to see it. But Brendan, the Anonymous Bean, is the DGen Roundtable's macroeconomics specialist. He knows what's going on up at the Federal Reserve, what's happening up on the big scale in the government, and he likes to keep track of all of the large-scale stuff that happens and keep us up to date about it. So that's who we've got. That's what's going on. Gentlemen, what is new and exciting with you? Welcome to the show, Mr. Nate McGettit. Cheers, broski. What's new and exciting with you, and what are you drinking?
Oh, well, I'm drinking some Spotted Cow because it is the greatest beer and you can only find it in Wisconsin. So it is fantastic. I get a bunch of it every single time I go out there.
I love it. Excellent. Spotted Cow. I remember you telling us about that. That's not an IPA, is it?
It's I believe it is. No, it is. Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay. All right.
Yep.
Disgusting. To each their own, man. You're allowed to like IPAs. I'm personally not a super huge fan of drinking grape juice rinds, but you know what? Like I'll have one occasionally when I'm hanging out with the boys, or when it's time to just do what everyone else is doing. But like if I had my druthers, bro, I fucking keep it simple, keep it easy with just some generic fucking beer, man. Like I am not difficult to please when it comes to beer tastes. I will say there's a couple IPAs out there that are pretty decent, but for the most part, I'm not terribly fond of them. But what's new and exciting with you, bro? It's been a while since we've had you on the show. Last show we did with you, actually, no, it hasn't. I take it back. Last show we did with you was last Friday when we covered the Declaration of motherfucking Independence, bro.
Yeah.
How you been?
Yeah, no, just having a good well, can't be saying having a good time. I've been working a lot. As you can tell, I literally just got home, got out of the shower before hopping on here. Like it's been nonstop, dude. And my company has been growing a lot. Like they're looking to double the size of the entirety of the company by 2026. And where I'm working right now up here in Minnesota is the #1 growth area. So we are currently we are the largest branch in the entire company. We're looking to split that branch. So there's like a whole set of things happening. And then on top of it too, they've got me because I'm top 10 in the company for sales, which is like just upgrading packages, right? Because of that, they've got me literally traveling around the United States to other branches, trying to like teach other people how I do things, right? And I'm one of 2 guys that they have doing that now. And so I was talking with the big guy or the big head for like the sales department, and I think I'm going to go that direction because I was going to go into management But I think going the sales direction is a lot better, especially with like how big the company is looking to grow. He basically, Patton told me, he's like, I can't do it alone. Like, I need help. And you're on the top of my list. So I think that might be the direction I want to go. But yes, there's a lot going on right now with my company. A lot of hard work. I've been yelling at my bosses like, hey, you need to make sure that you don't rely on me too much, okay? Because I still have a life here. I still stream, all right, guys?
Yep.
And I got to get home at a decent time. I can't just be sun up to sundown every single day.
Absolutely. And shout out to all the ladies and germs that are watching on Kick as well. Nate's doing a cool dual streaming thing that I can see over here on the StreamYard background. So shout out to all the Kick babies alls. Mr. Brendan, the anonymous being. Enough of Nate jabbering about how his life is great. Although I do want to talk sales at some point, Nate. We're gonna touch back on that. But Mr. Brendan, we gotta get to you, broski. What's new and exciting with you? How are you doing, man? What you drinking?
Well, it's been a couple of weeks. Good to see everybody. Good to see everyone in the chat. It has been a busy couple of weeks. Was traveling and going to see new places. In the new place that I'm going to be living, which I don't really want to fully share on the air, but I will be moving, close to the DC area. So I will say that, somewhere in that area. And so we were out looking at rentals and homes and things to that extent. So I missed a week there. And then work and stuff have been busy. So yeah, same old. And then we had the United States soccer team made the Gold Cup final, and that was Sunday. And so yeah, that's why I haven't been here, but I'm back. Be here next few weeks, which is great, and looking forward to chopping it up. What am I drinking tonight? I have a few different mixes of beverages. So I have this, which maybe I'll open first. Here we go.
Trulies are pretty good. Are they sweetened at all? I can't remember if Trulies are if they're sweetened or if
They
they're
used
just
to
regular.
not be, but now they have around 1% juice. And they are a little sweeter than they used to be. Some flavors are more like this one, which is another Truly, but this is the lemonade one. This has a little bit more juice. It's still just 3 carbohydrates and 1 sugar, but you can definitely tell that there's more flavor to them. They're not as good as they used to be. And then I also have a little bit of the Empress Indigo gin, which is an interesting gin because if you put citrus or tonic in here, it changes from purple to pink. So it's a pretty cool party trick. But yeah, so just here to have fun, chop it up. What are you drinking, Will? What'd you say you're drinking?
I've got a combination of two things. One, I've got this delicious can of Not Beer, and it's a green can. It's a sparkling water called Not Beer, and they're pretty funny because it's literally just a can that it looks a lot like a Budweiser can. Here, let me actually grab. I've got a red can of it, but this stuff is hilarious. They started selling it at Walmart, and I remember seeing it, and I was like, "Ooh, that's novel. I gotta get me a can of this." But it looks like a tall Budweiser at like just a random glass, but it's just a freaking can of Not Beer, American sparkling water, 0% alcohol, zero calories, zero carbs.
That is
'cause it's just
hilarious.
fucking sparkling water.
It kind of reminds me. Now I'm curious when they came out, but it kind of reminds me of that the sparkling water that they sell at bars and clubs that looks like a beer.
Yeah, that could be it.
Name escapes me now, but
Mhm. Well, I mean, when you're going to a bar or a club and you want to like be sitting there and enjoying and have the same like thing to mess with as other people. Soda water and a lime always
Yeah.
works great because then people will assume that it's some sort of martini or something like that. A lot of the
Liquid
times.
Death. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, Liquid Death! I fucking love me some Liquid Death, bro. I'm actually wearing a Liquid Death watch. This is my
That's
this is my
fantastic.
Liquid Death watch. I love bro. I've got so much Liquid Death merch. It's not even funny. Liquid Death is one of my favorite companies. But they made the guy who does all of their graphic work for Liquid Death. He also was the creator of the show called Mr. Pickles on Adult Swim, which is it's a show about a dog who is a demon and he like gets into all sorts of shenanigans. There's a lot. It's kind of like Metalocalypse because there's a lot of like murder and gore and violence, but it's a cartoon and it's all like very it's got a whole bunch of like morals and lessons in it, and so it does like a lot of like good storytelling, but at the same time it makes fun of the fact that like the dog is a demon from hell and he just like messes with a whole bunch of people in the local town and protects his young kid master. And it's super funny show. Anyways, Liquid Death and Mr. Pickles, they're great. But the other thing that I'm drinking is I have some Soledad's Jacinto tequila. This is one of my very favorite tequilas I've got over here. I was able to snag a bottle over here in
You
Cedar
opened that
Hill
a few
while
weeks
back.
ago on stream. I remember that one.
Yeah, so I've had this for probably about a year and a half, 2 years now, and I slowly knock away at it. But yeah, I do periodically take some of it out on stream, and I'll be wow. Ooh, even the green screen doesn't even catch my little tumbler here. Oh,
If
it's
you
got
put it
the
in
bullet
front of
though.
you, though, if you put it in front of your shirt, we'll be able to see it.
Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
but this is my bullet tumbler that my dad got me, or someone got me. But yeah, man, I'm just drinking a little bit of tequila and a little bit of sparkly water. So that's what
Well,
I'm
let
having.
me. I think we should start this off before we go to chat shoutouts with a little toasty toast. Let me pour a little bit of ginny gin.
Do you have a toast in mind? Because I've got a toast in mind. If if you do not have one.
I have many toasts, but I want to hear yours.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Nate, I presume that you're drinking even with your camera off. But I will say, some ships are wood ships, and those ships may sink. But the best ships are friendships, and to those ships we drink. Salute,
Woo!
Slate
Salute.
Prost, all those good words. So, ooh, delicious. So, you brought up a great point, Mr. Brendan. It's time for chat motherfucking shoutouts. One of the best parts of the show where we shout out all the folks at home that are in here hanging around with us. All 6 of you. You're all fantastic and amazing. So let's go ahead and see what we've got going on. We've got, first and foremost, Mr. Nate, Nate the Ascending Man, who is off camera right now. He showed up about 5 minutes before the stream started, say, let's go. We've also got Mr. Marcus72. Marcus says, what's up, all? What's up to you, Mr. Marcus? Glad that we could have you with us tonight. I'm glad that you enjoyed your stickers, broski. I got your message or something. I think you might have said in chats, as a matter of fact, that you had received your stickers and everything. But yeah, good to see you, Mr. Marcus72. Welcome. We're also joined by Mr. Brendan, the Anonymous Bean. Here we go. Right over here, ladies and gentlemen. He's right motherfucking there. Oh, we've got even more folks rolling in, so I got to keep up with these as they appear. We're joined as well by a classic DGen. Long live Mr. Farmer Brown, or Farmer J, otherwise known as Brown. And he says that he only drinks the finest Cambodian breast milk. What's great about that Cambodian breast milk is it's got a little bit. Oh, wait, no, Cambodian. I was thinking Colombian. Just kidding. I don't know what's in Cambodian breast milk, but I was thinking like Colombian breast milk. That's got a little bit of the bam bam.
I actually heard from a worthy source that Farmer J only drinks the finest Cambodian breast milk directly, organically from the source.
Straight from the source. There you go. Good to see you, Farmer J. Welcome to the stream, broski. Glad we could have you. We're also joined by the 08th. So welcome to the 08th. Shaka, right back to you, broski. Glad that we could have you with us. I don't believe I've seen you before. So welcome. We got Nate over here on Kick. Look at that, the little K icon there at the bottom of the screen.
Know what Kick is?
I think that Kick is I thought it was a like a chatting thing. I didn't know that it had anything to do with streaming. So that's pretty damn cool. Welcome, Mr. Nate from Kick. We also got Hexkin Lost in Asia. On the subject of Cambodian breast milk, we've got the man himself, Hexkin Lost in Asia. Let's fucking go. Good to see you all. Been a bit on some travel. Thanks for the show, DGens. Absolutely.
Sounds like he was lost in Asia.
Yeah, those Hexicans that get lost in Asia, one would presume that they do a lot of traveling. By the way, guys, here's the link to join our bar. It's going to be a sort of kind of open night as I see people rolling in. I will introduce you when there is a lull in the conversation. If we're not talking about anything like crazy and no one's monologuing, then we'll pause what we're doing. We'll say, hey, join us. Come see what's up. We don't have a whole lot going on today as far as like news, things that we want to talk about, other than Bitcoin has made a new all-time high, which is pretty fucking cool. And there's some other stuff that's going on in the Richard Hart ecosystem, but that's the link to join, by the way. So click on that bitch if you want to hop on into StreamYard with us. All you need is a phone, which presumably has a camera and a microphone clicked into it. We're also joined by my good friend, Mr. Slide 180, who does the cheers emoji. Cheers to you too, buddy Josh. Glad that we could have you with us. I have all of your stickers right up there. And then I also have mead bottles that I'm drying out because I finally drank all the mead. I think I drank the last of it on our last stream, but I finally drank all the mead that Mr. Josh has made for me. So it's almost time for a new batch. I got to bring him his old bottles. Shout out also to Miss Tam Tam. Miss Tam Tam says, hello, my lovelies. Hello to you too, Tam Tam. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Glad we could have you with us tonight. We're also joined by Mr. Large, everyone's favorite dead stormtrooper, who says, let's fucking go. Abso-fucking-lutely, broski. Welcome, welcome. We got Mr. Pokidoo again. Is it just... Oh, wait. Pokidoo is spelled poke-e-do. Poke-I-do instead of Pokidoo. That's interesting. I just noticed the typo. What's happening, fellas? Pulse chain for the win. Absolutely pulse chain for the win. There was a nice little pumpity pump on Hex earlier on in the week. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Hex popped up like 20% in a day. So that was pretty cool. I think it's sort of kind of, it's pittered back down about halfway from where it was. So let's see. On the 2nd of July, we were sitting around half a penny, and then it shot up to almost 65-70% of a penny on the 6th. So there you go. And then it plummeted back down to, now it's sitting around 58% of a penny. So that's where we're sitting with that. But yeah, pulse chain for the win. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep, glad that we could have you with us as well. Welcome, welcome. We're also joined by a classic DGen, Mr. Nate the Great. Nate the Great says, what's up, guys? What's up to you, Sue? Mr. Nate the Great. Glad that we could have you with us. I'll tell you what's up, bro. What's up is that we're doing a kick-ass stream, and you should hop on. It's been a while since we've seen your beautiful face. But yeah, Mr. Marcus 72. Nope, no stickers yet. Are you kidding me? Oh, son of a bitch. I hope I sent him to the right address. Mr. Marcus, reach out to me on Telegram, and I need to make sure that I get a correct address. And if not, I could just send more. I could send more stickers to you. Dang, that sucks. All right. I will drop a t.me link for you, Mr. Marcus. Just click on that. And actually, go to will.pls.fyi. That's a better one. And then you could send me a message on either Facebook or Instagram or X or Telegram, whichever one you prefer. But yeah, there we go. Okay, 100% Cambodian. We're also joined by Mr. Paul Sachs. Paul Sachs, I didn't hear no bell. What's good, guys? What's good, Paul Sachs? Paul Sachs is a good IRL friend of mine. Shout out to him. Super cool cat. Awesome. Man, these chats just keep rolling in.
I love it.
I can't stop reading. There's just too many chats. Glad that we can have you, Paul Sachs. Welcome, welcome. We're also joined by Mr. Kenturian54X. Mr. Kenturian, everyone's favorite pilot, farmer, and D&D dungeon master. We're doing a session this Saturday for Dungeons and Dragons, so it's going to be a good one. It's going to be super fun. So that's what we've got going on. Glad that we could have you with us. So Kenturian54X, one of the usual first commenters on the DGen Roundtable stream. And then a final bit from Mr. Pokidoo. A Pokidoo is a Poke does, and this Poke did buy Pulse Chain. Glad that look at you. I freaking love it, bro. That's excellent. Good job. I'm glad that you buy things that you like, presuming that you like it, or you want a good deal, or you want to dump it on everyone's heads later, which is perfectly fine because we're all going to make money and it'll be great and fantastic. But enough of the chat shoutouts. We are all caught up and all covered as far as the shouting out of the folks at homes go. So I want to start off the conversation in the hangout tonight by saying that, hey guys, Bitcoin did a new all-time high. And I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. Anyways, back to the other stuff. Let's have a fucking alt season. But it's always nice when Bitcoin does an all-time high. So I don't know what happened, like what spurred it on to go and get an all-time high. Was there anything going on? Is there any sort of like retroactive news, or was it just kind of like a slow creep that it did?
Say that again. Sorry.
I'm wondering, like, what do you guys think caused the Bitcoin to go up this time? There wasn't anything that was crazy happening in the world. There was like 4th of July, which is pretty normal. But
bro,
it didn't happen.
Bitcoin. It's a fucking freight train.
It's a freight train. Yeah, it doesn't really stop, does it? But there wasn't any like I don't know. I feel kind of blasé about the whole let me take a look at the price action. So on July 4th, it actually plummeted down to 8,000, and then on the 6th, it rolled up to 9, then back to 8, then up to 9, then 10, then 11, and that's where we're sitting.
Honestly, it's been sitting close to all-time highs for a while. Like it's been right there.
Yeah, it's been just a couple thousand away, so I suppose it's not really that.
After jumped down to that like 100K range after I had that dip, and then it bounced like, V-shaped recovery. It's been near all-time highs, and I think we're looking higher in July. Certainly now that we've taken all-time highs and high for this 6-day cycle, definitely looking higher. ETH also pretty strong today. I think it was at 27, almost 2,800 last time I looked. And I think we'll have ETH easily 3,000 by the end of the month. So I'm very bullish on ETH for this month, and that means very good things for the Pulse Chain ecosystem as well.
Excellent. We got an update actually regarding my question from Agent Jay. Shout out to Agent Jay, the great value technical analyst of the DGen Roundtable. He says no major news. The technicals favor the bulls, so the probabilities have played out. Well, that's kind of just like a damn. I was hoping for a more spicy, super fun, and awesome answer, but I guess it's just like
yeah. It kind of seems like, I mean, we got Pokidoo over here saying it's just time, and then there's Beyond All there. Welcome to the stream, by the way, brother.
Yep.
So he's saying, tariffs, and I would agree with him on that. It's just we're starting to rake in money. Ultimately, what we've been waiting for is for tariffs to really be taken off, and they're starting to now. So like that, that machine is starting to run. But then we're just waiting on the production of all the large companies that are making factories out here. We're just waiting for them to get those all up and running and then start actually doing some extreme producing. So, kind of like how Bitcoin has just been slowly running up. That's kind of what America has been doing as well. We're slowly running up, and that's just kind of what we're looking at. So one of the reasons why, everyone's thinking, it's going to be like October or September whenever the bull run is supposed to be over. I don't think there's going to be a snap up like that right now, because this is just a very slow machine, and it needs to run. It needs to start running like this, and once it really gets moving, that's when we're going to have the true bull. So that's why I've been looking at Q1, maybe even into Q2, because everything keeps being slower. But that's probably going to be the top of the bull. So it's interesting for sure. But yeah, it's just more waiting, nice and slow and steady wins the race, right?
There's been, if people have any money left, or people have been working hard to get some extra cash, certainly still been a good time to invest in some ecosystems, especially ecosystems that few of us are invested in DGen Roundtable. But yeah, a lot of Richard Hart news this week too. A lot of news. By the way, court case officially over the SEC. They cannot appeal anymore. So congratulations to Richard on his smackdown of the SEC officially. Now we just need to get rid of that Interpol notice, and bang-a-rang, we might see a live stream. But don't get your hopes up.
Yep, I'm kind of like sad and reminiscent of the days where it's like, Bitcoin's doing 10% swings, 5% swings, but I guess that's all over. There's just too much money, and it's S-curved out, boys. Oh, we've got another update here from Mr. Agent J. About the Ethereum touching its 0.886. I think that's a Fibonacci level, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
there you go. The 886 never lies, or something along those lines. I can't remember which one is the one that never lies. Jay, forgive me. I'm not a very good technical analyst. My technical analysis is magneted up to my magnetically stuck up to my door. This is basically how the price works. And there you guys go. We've got the price over here, from low to very high, and then we've got time from now to later, and then all you got to do is just sell at the tops and buy at the bottoms. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. That's been your technical analyst or analysis with Will, the technical analyst. But Agent J brings it back up. In terms of news, the biggest impact is Trump pushing the ball down to August again. Every time he pushed the deadline, the markets respond well. So I guess that makes as much sense as anything. It's not a bad point. So glad that we could have your insight and your opinions with us here as well. So other than Bitcoin making an all-time high, what's been on your guys' minds as of lately? Could be having to do with crypto, could be having to do with the economy, could be with fucking what's going to be going on with you in the near future. Like what are you thinking about? What are we talking about tonight? And I've also got I'm kind of stalling for time because I have to go find the post from MVS Crypto that I want to talk about. So this is me stalling right now. Nate, I've also seen that you've got a chart pulled up if you want to chit chat about that as well.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at Bitcoin, and this was kind of going into what we were kind of talking about, how it's just sort of slowly going up, right? I mean, if you're looking at it, like, it's just up and then grind it out, up, grind it out, up, grind it out. It's a very slow machine, you know. However, ETH looks like we got a little bit of a bump going on there. I do like this. This is nice. This is real nice. What was that, up $170? I'll take that every single time. We need a bunch of these. Can we get a bunch of these, please? That's what I'm looking for right here, right there. But yeah, no, bro, it's been tough, man. It's been tough out here. Friggin', which one was it? It was this one right here. Dominance is not looking very good on ETH. Oh God. What do you think? Do you think we can recover that?
It's that is definitely not looking good. But again, this is how it always happens, right? It's never taken this long for Ethereum to get back to the place that it
Yeah.
was at, right? Like, this is a
Yeah.
pretty normal thing for the, well, maybe not that gigantic chart, but the idea that gigantic chart represents is a pretty normal thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
if we're
is.
looking
It's
at a
pretty
potentially
decent.
extended, bull market, then you probably expect alts to take longer to kick in. We also have high interest rates. Every other country's cutting rates, and the United States is keeping them high. It's interesting because Jerome seemed pretty in a rush to cut rates just before the election last year. 2 cuts before the election, and now he's like, and that was high inflation. Numbers looked bad. Now numbers look good, even with tariff stuff coming in. Numbers look fantastic. Every underlying number you look at looks very good. So I'm a little surprised that Jerome hasn't cut a little bit. He was really late to start raising rates, and I do believe that he is late now to start cutting rates. And I call him Jerome the metronome. Kind of just stays in his normal pattern, and he doesn't break out of it very often, and that's good most of the time. But when you need to make a change or a pivot, that is not good. And so I think Jerome the metronome should pivot and should start to cut rates a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
He's got a name or a nickname in front of his name now, which is Too Late Jerome.
The Too Late Jerome.
But
I don't know.
As long as Bitcoin keeps moving up and keeps creating new all-time highs, it's going to be hard for Ethereum to catch up, right? Because you want that money to start rotating from Bitcoin into Ethereum. And that's not going to happen again until we have risk on assets and until we get more rate cuts. That's just the bottom line. So I'm excited. I'm super bullish still on Ethereum, super bullish on Pulse Chain, Hex, PulseX, Inc., all those things. But there is something that is called patience. And that is something that I've learned from past cycles.
Oh man,
Yeah.
patience is
Well,
one of
it's real
my
boring right now. And, yeah, rate cuts are definitely, let's see, people are going to have more ability to be able to spend money, so it makes sense. But there's also another factor too, and that's, again, with going back to the machine, waiting for tariffs to really start kicking in, and then getting production up as well, because the dollar is going to become a hell of a lot stronger, and that's going to make people's purchasing power out here way better, or out here meaning the United States of America, okay, way better. So that's going to cause people to want to go spend money because they're going to have plenty of money. And that, again, that's risk on. That's when you start buying up all of the alts. Ooh, that Bitcoin is boring. I don't want the Bitcoin no more. So everyone's going to be running out trying to get the altcoin, the greatest altcoins. But which one is the greatest altcoin?
What's kind of amusing about people being like, I don't want Bitcoin no more is, have you guys heard of Bit Digital? They've shifted their entire treasury. They sold all of their Bitcoin and bought Ethereum. It was like $200 million worth.
Damn.
I did see that.
Yeah, so they sold all their Bitcoin and bought $200 million of Ethereum, and they're now holding $250 million in Ethereum. So that's pretty interesting. That's one of those that happened not even that long ago. This is news from from
Last
freaking
week?
2 days ago. Yeah. Well, the one that I'm seeing is 2 days. Oh, actually, yeah. Hang on, it's got an actual date here. Yeah, July 7th. Yeah, not fucking long ago at all. Oh, why are you not responding?
Yeah, they had.
There we go.
I think they announced it last week, and I think
Yeah.
it just happened this
Yeah,
week.
that was their press release. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, it's like they're time to stop buying the bitcoins. It's just not moving fast enough. I guess got to go buy the ETH. I wonder
Well,
if like
the people want to know: are you just are you in a shagging onesie right now?
oh, is Will naked? Oh yes. Shout out to Fast Abdul. Is Will
Hell
naked? I
yeah.
am wearing pajama pants, and a wonderful bathrobe. So that's what I'm wearing right now. I'm sitting in my Connex. It's a nice cozy day, and I was gonna like go put a shirt on and go like put on some shorts and move my computer up to where I normally have it when I'm doing a standing stream. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep it easy, keep it relaxed. There was a storm that just rolled through Cedar Hill, and I was about to like look out the window and watch the rainfall on the job site, but it rolled right past me, and I was like, fiddlesticks. Oh shit, time to start the stream. So I like boogied inside and was about to just hang out and stuff. But it's good to see you, Mr. Fast Abdul. The short answer is yes and no. Underneath my clothing, I am naked, but like on top of my clothing, I am not naked. So there you go. Mr. Slider, I hope he's naked. Stripped for the bribes. That's partially correct. I don't think we've had any copyright strikes today, so I think that bribes are a-okay. Mr. Uh, Mr. RH Maximus sent us a lovely super chat on our last show, and I really hope that I didn't copyright strike it because I was playing all sorts of sound effects. So shout out to RH Max and his show. That's another cool thing that's happening in Pulse Chain is we're coming up. It's about 1 week away. RH Max is going to be doing a Pulse X conference over on his channel, so go check him out over there. It's gonna be freaking awesome. We got Mixed Mix, aka Jay Zalay. I am naked right now. What's up, broski? There we go. Shout out to all the naked baby dolls in the comments, and all you guys out there goofing and whatnot. So I'm wearing a bathrobe and I'm wearing pajama pants, and I've even got slippers. They're not quite so fuzzy, but I'm wearing one slipper right now because I got to put this one back on. Now I'm wearing two slippers, but I'm just in my casual, relaxed clothing today. So actually, I have an interesting bit of information for you guys, and it's not really having anything to do with crypto. It's kind of a strange segue just about my life a little bit, but the last like 2 days, we've had the job site shut down because one of the anchors on our tower. The normal tower is, like it's a stick that points straight up, and it's got 3 anchoring systems that go out in 3 different directions like a triangle. And one of the anchors that's like a 300,000-pound block of concrete planted in the ground is pointed not at the tower. It's pointed a little bit off, and this anchor is going to have like, I don't know, 150,000 pounds of pressure applied to it in the wrong direction. And so like today and yesterday, they had like sent over engineers out here and surveyors and guys that like do math and all sorts of stuff. And they're crawling all around looking at this anchor, and they're just like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. This is going to work, blah, blah, blah. And they're doing all their little engineer math and stuff, figuring out if we have to pause the job for a month while they jackhammer and remove 3,000 pounds of concrete, or if they're just gonna say fuck it, it's good enough, and we'll push the job, and we'll just keep stacking and doing all sorts of crazy things. So I don't know if I would be unemployed for a month, but if I am, I'm gonna head down to where Dace is at, and I'm gonna go help Dace install some lights and some sound systems. So shout out to Dace if you're listening, broski. I would love to come and hang out with you. We're going to be stacking more tower regardless tomorrow, because we still have a little bit to go before we get to the height where we need to use that one anchor that's installed correctly. But I've been just fucking off for the last like day and a half. It's been great. And so I've just been playing Skyrim all day today, playing Skyrim and looking at the weather. It's been fantastic. So that's why I'm in super casual and whatnot. All that long story short. But back to the stuff that we were talking about. We were mentioning that like, oh, go ahead.
No, you finish up.
I was just gonna bring it back to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Did you have a thought?
Well, I was gonna mention. You mentioned the Pulse X event going on next week?
Yes.
Oh, actually, Monday the 14th and Tuesday the 15th?
Yep.
So I will be on the 15th, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I will be talking about why Pulse X is better than Uniswap and why that is. So I don't want to blow it up. But I do have a little 15-minute talking spot on why PulseX is a better version of Uniswap. So that'll be good. I'm super excited for that. And what I always think about, some people are like, oh, these are useless. Only people that are watching are people in the ecosystem. But this is a lot of content that's out there. So when people do start coming in, when we have massive marketing campaigns and people start checking out the ecosystem, when they start to see a lot of people in a PulseX event, it brings legitimacy to the ecosystem. And it does look really good from some people researching the ecosystem. So shout out to Richard Hart Max for putting it on, for everyone that's going to participate and watch. And look, nothing's perfect, but if I can help in a way that will, help the chain in the future, then I certainly want to try.
I have something I want to say to those folks as well, and then I'll toss it over to you, Nate, as soon as I'm done. But it's like, it's a little bit short-sighted of folks to say that no one cares about these conferences, because perhaps the people that are watching it live are the people that know that it's happening. But it's also on YouTube, which means that it's going to be saved. That's like saying that the only time a recipe is useful is while the guy is writing it down and physically cooking it for the first time before he puts it in a book and publishes it and sends it off to the rest of the world. It's like, maybe nobody buys his book for the first 10, 15 years. But after that, that information is still out there and people can still reference back and look to it. The stuff that you were saying in the Cardano conference, Brendan, a long time ago when myself, Josh, Antoine, and you were down in Miami hanging out, but we went to the Cardano conference. A lot of the stuff that you were talking about was evergreen information. And it happened at the Cardano conference and only the people there probably saw it. But if that video gets out, at some point, then other people can learn about the Fed and they can learn about the macroeconomics and they can learn how the money gets printed and goes up and down and has these effects on our cryptocurrency ecosystem. So whoever are these people that say nobody watches, you're correct, but the information's out there. And if somebody for whatever reason stumbles upon PulseX one day in the future, you're like, man, what is PulseX? They're going to get a list of videos that are RH Max's conference. They're going to get us talking about it. They're going to get other assholes talking about it on their streams where only 4 or 5 people are watching. But the point is, there's going to be a nice big old lexicon, a nice big library of content that is constantly being made, constantly being updated, and other such things. So it's correct in the short term, but the long term is the better. Go ahead.
So Will, just to further that, how many people were at the first Bitcoin conference? Maybe a few dozen, a few dozen. And how many go to the Bitcoin conference now? Thousands, right? And so you have to start somewhere, and you can't just say, oh, well, nobody watches. No, you have to continue to put in the work. We had nobody watching when we first started the show, and now we have 3 people watching. So that's 3 is better than
we got 52 live watchers right now. So 35 on X, 15 on YouTube, and 2 on Nate's channel. So shout out to all you guys over there. Check
Nate, what were you going to say, buddy? I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh, I just want, you're going to be speaking about PulseX, right? Why it's better than Uniswap. So I was just curious, what would you say is the number one best reason why PulseX is better than Uniswap?
For me, if you're holding the PulseX token, it's certainly the buy and burn. I mean, that was something that was built into the Uniswap code that they always talked about turning on. They always hung it out there as the carrot for people to chase, but they never decided to. And so the buy and burn aspect of PulseX is infinite. Because it's on and working, it makes it infinitely more valuable, because for 2 years we've had a small amount of people using the ecosystem and we've burned a ton. So as we continue to move and we continue to get adoption, that's only going to increase. So if I were to just give you one, I think there's a lot of reasons, but I think the buy and burn is the number one reason for me.
From a technical and a tokenomics perspective, I totally agree with you. I think that from a principles standpoint, Uniswap is kowtowing to the censorship part of the internet, and PulseX is free speech and free movement part of the internet. That's the thing that I like about it a lot. Uniswap is starting to create their own little thing where they can block addresses and they can stop coins and they can basically get in the way of free and open source software and people executing their own code and doing their own swaps wherever they're at with whoever is open. Uniswap is moving in the direction of like taking away other people's tools and taking away other people's abilities, and PulseX is looking to enhance it from like an entire protocol perspective. That's the thing that I like about it the most. But excellent points, gentlemen. So we're talking about PulseChain, and while we're talking about PulseChain, I'll go ahead and pull up a fantastic little newsletter that we've got from our good friend Mr. MVS Crypto. So I don't know if you guys have seen some of the stuff that MVS Crypto has been putting out there, but it's really freaking cool, and I quite like this guy's style. He is essentially he's essentially started up his own like little newsletter system for PulseChain, and I think that it's freaking awesome. So we're just gonna go ahead, read through it, and check it out. So, and I think that Sami does this as well. I noticed that Sami starts doing it. But so check this out. So we've got a PulseChain weekly monster thread. So it started off with Richard Hart has talked about his plan to send out like all of these fancy schmancy little electronic devices, and now we have a means of putting shipping labels on them and doing all this other cool stuff. So there's a whole bunch of cool shit going on with like, hey, can we store these shipping containers in places? Can we send mail to people? Like, does it have to be flexible? Blah de da de da. All sorts of cool shit going on. So that was the first thing.
So,
Next up,
Will,
yeah.
well, before you go by that, I'm excited. I mean, that's Richard Hart, and I don't think that it's lost on me that he starts this right as the SEC case is officially over and they can't appeal. Right? It's like he was waiting for that, in my opinion, and a couple days before starts to really go at it. He's been super active on X, and look, 400,000 units, wallets, we don't 100% fully know, going out is going to be huge for this ecosystem. And I know there's a lot of people that watch us that are very bullish on Hex, very bullish on PulseChain, and I don't know how this can't make you even more bullish.
I like this a lot. It's pretty nifty, and I think that 400,000 is like only the beginning. I want to say that there was a couple shipping containers just for the U.S., and each shipping container holds like 200 something thousand devices that need to be mailed out. So it's quite interesting. There's some charities that are set up that are spearheading this process. So I know he was saying that they need one in Australia, they need one over in the UK and somewhere else in Europe and stuff. So these are just like I'm curious to see where all this stuff goes. But if you guys want to check it out, then you can go over to MVS Crypto, crypto or at CRYP MVS, and he posts out a new one of these things. I want to say if it's on the 7th, then it should be every Monday. So I think that he puts these things out once a Monday, and it's pinned up at the top, the most recent one. So check it out. It's a really cool PulseChain newsletter, and I like it a lot. Next, we've got Nuclear Herbs doing his PulseChain Law School, translating legal complexities into accessible insights for Hex and PulseChain. I freaking love PulseChain Law School. Shout out to Zenith of the DGen Roundtable. He is our resident legal expert. He's good friends with Mr. Nuclear Herbs. They hang out a lot, and we've been to quite a few events together, and they're always picking each other's brains. Super great friendship they got going on there. And Nuke's always talking about some really cool things when it comes to how the law, because Nuke was a lawyer for I want to say 12 years, and so he explains like lawyers speak to the rest of us normies out there. So it's really cool. Go check that out too. And PulseX conference schedule. So RH Max has finally released the PulseX conference 2025 schedule, 2-day event with over 30 speakers featuring RG3, DJ Crypto Magic, Papa Boner, a whole bunch of people. And anyways, this is the link where that schedule is at. We've got the Pulse TV. So I don't know if you guys have ever watched Pulse TV. They're super duper funny, but they make little, you should know better than to call me during my stream, amigo. Nice try. You're getting silenced. We've got Pulse TV. So Pulse TV, we're actually going to watch this because these are some amusing little clips that they got. So pull up this little thingamajigger. Can you guys hear the sound? We're not going to watch that whole thing. That's just going to be a music video. But anyways, Pulse TV does these really cool little graphics. They've got they've built AI to take Sami's voice, to take Richard's voice, to take KDP's voice, to do a whole bunch of the pulse chain influencers that are like super big and got lots of followers and attention and stuff. And they they make these great little cartoons. There was a whole lot going on with Gary Gensler and the SEC when all that was going on, and they actually, I think they got a cease and desist from the SEC while they were.
That's how you know you win.
That's how they knew they were doing something. Is the SEC told them to, hey, you can't be doing that anymore. So, anyways, I freaking like Pulse TV. They're super amusing, and it's good to see that they're finally coming back and doing more stuff. They were quiet for about 4 or 5 months there. So, oh my goodness, bro is not. I will talk to Moffat if you're watching me live. I will message you back when I'm off stream. My goodness, some people just like to hit people up. Fucking love you, Moffat. All right. So Pulse TV is some stuff. We've got also Hex Fashion has started doing a new website user interface, so that's pretty damn cool. There's been a 4th of July episode with Hodprol and Hex Pulse for the win. So that's pretty cool. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Hex Scout had an on-ramp boost, so they increased their on-ramp limits from 3,000 euros to 10,000 euros. So that's pretty cool. I'm super stoked.
That's big.
Yeah, when they finally get that shit into America, bro, oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome if they get it into America.
Yeah, I don't know about the European Union right now. It's don't know.
So we'll see. Let's see what happens with that. Liquid Loans has been doing more spotlighting, so they're doing more videos with more people talking about all the cool stuff getting made on Pulse Chain. We've got Rackham suggesting that people buy one Pulse wrapped Bitcoin. So I'm not necessarily saying that you should buy it. This is just a dude who has a name who says, "Hey, I recommend you buy something." So be careful with that, guys. Obviously, not financial advice. Do what you want, but there's
also up like 400% in the last 3 weeks. So
there is that. So you bought?
Also,
Did you catch
Tropa?
the bottom, Brendan?
What's that?
Did you catch the bottom? Because you were talking about.
I got the bottom. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Good shit. Yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
Did anybody notice what happened to a Tropa?
No. What's going on with the Tropa?
It's spiked up, actually barely below its original high. I have no idea why.
Well, there you go.
Scams. That's what scams do.
I will say I completely sold out of that one because that went so high. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't believe in this anymore. I
don't know if I ever had a Tropa. But I'm just a fucking normie peanut brain. I don't really know what I'm doing if I'm being completely honest. I remember they originally had the OG teddy bear or something, right?
Yeah, OG teddy bear. That dev, the Atropa dev created the original liquidity web that everybody else started repeating. And then all of a sudden PDI had an exploit, and maybe it was supposed to be that all along, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Who knows?
I have no idea, man. I think that everyone's just kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall. That's my theory. Is everyone's just trying to do random things, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. And we're all over here like, imagine you're a caveman and you're watching some like 20th century Italian guy hop out of his time machine and start throwing spaghetti at the wall trying to make something work, and you're over there just like little cavemen with your sticks trying to make a fire, and it's like, what the hell is that guy doing? Oh, some of that spaghetti stuck. He must be a magical god, this crazy spaghetti time traveling man or something like that. I got no clue, but I think that there's a lot of people that are just trying stuff, and a lot of it works, and a lot of it's deliberate, a lot of it's malicious. Who the fuck knows? So just buy the things that you like and hold and sell and do all that stuff as you please. You're not going to catch advice coming from me. We've also got Khalid on Crypto has started doing some whale watching, so you guys can check out some of his streams if you want to watch people that hold a whole bunch of stuff. So there you go. I don't know if it's worth your time or if you enjoy doing it, but that's something that's happening. Here's the big one that we wanted to talk about, right? Pulse Chain Cafe in Thailand. So over in Thailand, Thailand Hex has shared the Pulse Chain Cafe over in Thailand with a free first beer for Hex and Pulsicans, getting wholesome reactions from community members. Nice. All sorts of fuck. Shout out to Side Effects. Freaking love you, bro. If you're watching, you're awesome. Yeah,
I love when people go out and build things.
Yeah, man. So this is freaking cool. Welcome to Pulse Chain. We love you. So you guys can get a coffee and a beer at a Pulse Chain Cafe over in Thailand. So that's freaking sweet. I like it. I want to know, like,
it's very cool. You know, I love that people are doing something unique, and it's a way that's a unique way to market Pulse Chain in Thailand. So very cool, and shout out to those guys.
I do like it a whole lot, and I want to see, like, I think it would be really cool if there's other businesses that just like sideways incorporate cryptocurrency into it. That's not like directly like part of, like, this cafe could operate without a sign that says "Welcome to Pulse Chain" or without the whatever the heck, you know. It's a cafe. It's got coffee and I presume beer, since they said first beer's on us. So like they're already making stuff that's valuable completely aside from cryptocurrency. I know that the soil ecosystem, shout out to those guys. I don't know exactly how the token works, but I know that Sun Mini Meals are these little basically like whole meal snacks that you can buy, where it's like 200 calories of protein and plant fiber and blah de da da da, all wrapped up in a nice little plastic package. And when you buy them, some sort of thing, it's completely disconnected and separate from cryptocurrency. It's like a German health company, and I think they send people like some free Sun tokens or some free like Pulse Chain tokens, and then they also use like a portion of people buying the IRL product to do something in the crypto space. I don't know. I don't speak German. I went to their site and tried to translate it, and Google gave me a really weird thingamajigger. But the Sun Mini Meal, I know that they have their own little ecosystem inside of cryptocurrency as well. So like they're out there providing like a real life actual product, nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but they have like crypto stuff integrated into their system. So it's pretty nifty, and like I think that, you know, consumable products and other such things would be pretty nifty to do. So eyeballs are out there, people are doing stuff. I love to see it. It's pretty cool. What kind of, like, it'd be cool to open like a Pulse Chain grilled cheese stand and just go to like county fairs or something, like put it on a little trailer like those mobile food guys. I don't know. I think that food service is probably a pretty decent industry to sort of kind of integrate crypto into, but
it's interesting. It doesn't work very good though.
Yeah, I'll just say that there's been some posts by those guys and some changes in the way that they do things that does not make me feel like they're a very good player right now in the Pulse Chain ecosystem.
The cafe or the mini meal?
The mini meal.
Oh, okay. I have not paid attention to anything other than the principles. What do tell?
Like for example, they were like talking shit about Liberty Swap Finance, and they're like, I don't know how these guys got our coin on their swap, and then you can buy it on there. I don't even know how that happened, but I don't trust. They're like, we don't trust them. I'm like, I don't even think you understand how blockchain works or how crypto and decentralized platforms work. So yeah, there's something up with those guys. Hex, they've separated from Hex Scout now. So Hex Scout is essentially saying anything that happens from now on, like, I'm not involved. So I don't know what that means. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything. I'm just saying, like, they seem to be going in a little bit of a different direction and don't quite maybe understand what decentralized finance is.
Yeah, that's interesting. I had no idea. I wonder who their marketing manager is. If they're like even a crypto guy, if they're just like, man, who are these people trying to steal our ideas? That's hilarious. But yeah, go ahead, Nate.
That's Hexagon Lost in Asia has actually he's asking for the link.
Oh, for the link. I have no idea.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Oh, for the link to join the stream. Oh, okay.
No. The link for the Thailand Cafe, the Cat Cafe.
Yeah, he wants to go to the cafe. He's out there.
All right. So here's how you find it, broski. You go to MVS Crypto, and then where we go. So here we are. I'm on Twitter, at MVS Crypto. So you know what? Tell you what, I will just copy this.
I found it directly from those guys. I'll post the link.
And I will post it in there. So there is the post for this newsletter. And I guess, oh wait, here we go. This is what we're looking for. All right. So
yeah, I think we were looking for the X post itself.
I'll link the address.
Yeah. Boom.
I got it.
I just posted the Twitter post. So there we go.
Paul Sachs has a really interesting comment. I thought we could maybe hop on before we moved on.
Yep. All right. So anyways, that's That's the Hexkin Cafe thing. Oh yeah, that's right, because Hexkin Lost in Asia is over in Asia, and Thailand is in Asia. So yeah, go check it out, broski. Let us know how it is. But yeah, you got a free beer for being a Hexkin. It's kick ass.
And I just posted their original post, which also has a link to their address.
Oh, sweet, excellent, excellent,
Which is
excellent.
how I found it.
Okay, good guys, good job paying attention to the chat, guys. I have totally been not looking at the chat. Has there been anything? My containers will be delayed by 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 more weeks, guys. Then the containers will finally show up.
Can I?
Or Brown's watching naked.
Can I share a screen real quick? Actually, you finish this.
Absolutely.
No,
yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, I want to welcome Funkmaster Hex real quick because he has joined and he's hopped on in here. So welcome, Mr. Funkmaster Hex.
And funky. I now have a Chardonnay.
Yes.
First drink.
All right. Oh, and there's the link that Brendan has posted. So there's the Thailand Hex stuff. Go ahead and click on that and you can get it, gentlemen. Brendan, you're talking about like an article stuff, right?
No, I'm just going to show the Sun Mini Meal tweet rather than just talk about it, but I'll show it after you're done.
Oh, okay. So real quick, then I'll just do these on rapid fire. President Trump, the finally one big beautiful bill, blah blah blah, has passed. So hooray! There's a whole bunch of stuff. So Genius Act, the Clarity Act, and the Anti-CBD Act. Treasury Secretary Scott Bennett predicts that the Genius Act could unlock a $2 trillion stablecoin market by 2028. So congratulations, the U.S. is fucking taking over the stablecoin market. So there you guys go. CBDCs are on the way, and fucking mic drop walking out. We got Rhinos in Paradise.
CBDCs are not on the way, you mean?
No, well they're not on the way, but like the government is effectively creating, like turning the coins that are already stable coins, turning them into what could basically just super easily become CBDC. So like
except for one thing.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Tornado Cash is legal again.
Yep.
Oh,
so
we do like
they
that.
Can't just track you like a CBDC because they're allowing decentralized software that allows for privacy, which is like, I was saying the same thing, Will. I literally was. And then I started thinking about it and realized, like, okay, as long as I can wash my coins into an address and nobody knows it's mine, then it's not really a CBDC.
Well, they can stop you from sending the tokens. Like they can. I mean,
it depends on the stable coin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. So if it's USDC or Tether, then you can probably gamble, or Skycoin or whatever the new things are. If they can control it from the originator, then you might be fucked. But yeah, if you can get it out of your wallet,
funds, that's BS. If they can freeze your funds, BS.
Yeah, I think that's how USDC works, is they can literally like make the coins not move out of your wallet, and then it's like
USDT as well. Tether does that.
Yeah, I know that Tether actually. Tether does it a lot.
I don't think DAI can do it.
No, DAI can't do it
because it is crypto itself, and you're the one who manages your own vaults technically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I would agree. Basically, what I'm seeing is that we're moving like physical dollars onto the internet now to become magical internet money. And what is the dollar on the internet? Well, it's stable coins. It's stable to the dollar, right? And I feel like, or not, I feel like I should say, I know that what's happening currently is it's always the same fight of, you got like freedom people over here, yay, America. And then you got the people over here who want to be kings and control everything and have serfs and all that, and import a lot of illegal people to be those people for them. So like, that's kind of the same thing that's happening with stable coins right now, I would say. So, overall, I think it's very healthy, especially to be getting people who are like, no, we should be able to be free to transact. I think that's a good thing. Obviously, crypto, it's the crypto people themselves want to be like, I don't care. That's not what we don't care about. Things that could be things that could be used for this or that, blah, blah, blah. That's not what crypto is meant to be. It was meant to be, privatized and peer-to-peer and all that crap. But it's at this point, it's just too big, so.
On the subject of things that are too big, one of the dudes in the community had a theory about Roger Ver potentially being involved with Richard because due to their
I don't believe anything that guy says.
I don't believe. Yeah, I'm not saying it's true or it's real. I'm saying this is a fun campfire story to make yourself some s'mores and be like, oh, just a fucking listen to this, guys. Yeah, and also like I've got a bridge that I can sell you guys. But listen, so he's saying that like Roger Ver might him and Richard Hart might be putting their twin powers unite rings together and I don't know, going and forming Captain Planet or something. Who the fuck knows, by the way,
One's
why
God will.
80,000 Bitcoin was moving. It could just be a protocol, or actually no, it
Wallet
wouldn't.
upgrade.
Yeah, wallet upgrade. It
That'd
could
be
be a whole
awesome.
bunch of things. The point is we don't know, and so we're just gonna tell fucking fun little campfire stories and see what's going on. There's also some animation going on with the pulse chain space, so you guys can check that out. There's this dude's making some, and I guess that they have some tokens assigned to their anime, but there you go. And then some honorable mentions. Somebody made a price prediction. Ooh, wow, what an interesting thing. There's some stuff going on. There's some cool new stuff on Internet Money. You guys can go check out. There's a poker tournament hopefully going up, and Mr. Fast Abdul in the comments himself held a Both
Yes.
Ninjas Fight the SEC stream. So there you guys go. That's the cool stuff that has been happening. So excellent, excellent. That's what we've got going on, and that's all I've got for this this fun little doohickey majigger. I'm gonna go ahead and take down the screen share and bring us back to a normally normal. So yeah, that's what we've got going on. So shout out to MVS Crypto who has made that cool stuff. And Brendan, I see that you're pulling up the
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So we'll go ahead and preparate ourselves. So here we go for Sun Mini Meal. Can you zoom in at all, Mr. Brendan? Is that
I
possible?
can.
Okay. Excellent. That is much
That's
better.
awesome right there.
So I'll just read this. It's funny to me. We do not recommend using this service. We were not consulted or informed about the listing of our token on their platform, and no due diligence was conducted on our side. Therefore, we cannot endorse or support it in any way. Please always exercise caution. Soil must not be used for publicity or attention without our knowledge or approval. The only officially endorsed service is buying it on their website, like venture capitalists, pieces of crap.
Well, yeah, I think these guys are TradFi dudes that someone told them it might be smart to have some tokens. Cause yeah, dude, that totally. I remember that tweet because that was shit. That was like almost was that almost a year ago or was that like 1 day ago?
This is just yesterday.
Oh, that was just yesterday.
You know, Liberty Swap Finance, right? They're trying to add more and more coins that are popular, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
they
like
added.
it's like, hey, congratulations, we got this stuff on the open market, so now you can buy it using a site. And it's like, it's fucking DeFi. What am I thinking of? There might have been some
But
other.
that's a funny thing. It's like, why are you on Pulse Chain if you don't actually understand or want DeFi to be used?
They're new.
They're new. I'm gonna chalk this up to they probably don't know a whole lot of what they're talking about.
That's what I was saying. They do not seem
Yeah.
to understand the decentralized space. So I found this funny, a little sad, but nonetheless, I just wanted to show it since I did mention it.
Yeah, maybe they think that it's like a centralized exchange or something that's gonna like rug everybody, but that's amusing, dude.
That's random, so.
I like that. That's freaking sweet. So check it out, guys. We've covered some pretty cool things tonight. I'm gonna do a quick little scroll through the crypto news that I've got. But while I'm doing that, anything else on your mind? If not, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Call it a nice early easy night.
Well, Paul had a comment earlier that I thought was pretty good and we could talk about.
Okay. Do you remember
just
what
before
timestamp it
Hexagon
was
lost
at?
in Asia?
851.
851
or
Alrighty.
751.
Yeah.
Or are you?
It's time to
This one right here. Oh, here we go. Do you think the crypto bear market will be shortened next year if large macro indicators, i.e. the global M2, PMI, Fed decreasing rates, continues on a positive trajectory next June? Are you staying in the market?
All right.
Two questions.
So, yeah. Now, will the crypto bear be shortened? I would have to say yes. It'll be shortened, but it's also going to be not as bad. It'll probably be the best bear market crypto has ever had. Now remember, I've been saying this since freaking 2022, I think, actually. because once we start getting ETFs, once we start getting the large institutions with retailers' money going to them into crypto, you can't have Bitcoin drop freaking 90, 70%. You just can't have that because the stock people would panic over that. They panic. 20% is an insane amount for them, to the point where they're like, oh, everything's going to hell and the stock market is over, right? Like they panic over freaking 5%. So you can't have that anymore. So there's going to be protections. There are going to be protections. And I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't specifically know what they're going to do. All I know is that they're too big to allow that kind of volatility. That being said, obviously, 50, maybe 40%, sure. But that would still be way better than we've ever had before. I think it'll be rescued. How about that?
Yeah, and you're talking specifically like Bitcoin and Ethereum, or just the market cap, overall crypto market cap?
I'd say whatever it is that they're making ETFs out of.
So my answer is, I'll answer the second one. Am I staying in the market? It is far too early for me to know what I'm going to be doing a year from now in the market. You know, things change so rapidly. The thing is, like right now, I have, you know, a bit of an extended cycle as far as when we might hit the top of the top of this bull market. But that doesn't mean that my thoughts might change in 2 months or 4 months or 5 months. So it's too hard to predict out that far. All I'll say is I'm going to be watching it very closely, and I don't want to round trip. I don't want anyone else to round trip. So even if you think it's an extended cycle, you know, and sometimes you have to be like, hey, am I wrong about this? Is there someone that has a different opinion on me that I need to take into consideration? And then, you know, decide what your thesis is. But make sure you take both sides of it. Don't just feed into like extended cycle, and then it doesn't happen, because it's kind of what happened in the last cycle, right? Everyone's like 100K, and then COVID, boom, rip, market dead. You know, it's like so many issues where people focused on 100K didn't happen, and they didn't sell because they were waiting for 100K. So just because I think that it's going to be an extended cycle and we're going to get pretty high highs, I'm going to take a wait and see approach.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that I would rather sell out early and then to sell late. That's my opinion.
And that's why I ladder in, ladder out. So
Yep. Yeah, it's not like it's good. I think a lot of people have a misconception. Maybe I'm wrong about this. You guys can tell me if you disagree or not. But I think a lot of people have this misconception of like, oh yeah, when it's time to sell, I'm going to be selling it all in like a day or a week. When in truth and reality, you'll be laddering out over the course of like a month, if not 3 months. And that month to 3 months is literally going to be the top, or going up into the top or out of the top. So it's, I mean, frankly, I think people, they look at what is going to be the top, what's going to be the top a little too harshly. So if I were to say, you know, I'm going to start selling in February, well, that means I'm going to be done selling by, say, maybe April. There we go. And then what's that? Oh, okay. Well, maybe into next June, it looks like maybe it's an extended cycle. Perhaps it is. And then it goes up just a little bit further, but then starts dropping after that. What have I done? I've sold early, but I still sold near the top. Success.
Hey, selling near the top is better than, you know, selling the bottom.
Then I can start saying, I am the winner.
I'll go ahead and answer these first two questions. Or actually, my answers to these questions are pretty simple. So one, do you think the bear market will be shortened next year if large macro indicators continue on positive trajectory next June? My answer is, I don't know. I don't really know. So I'll watch and see what happens. And then, are you staying in the market? Probably, or at least mostly. I'm like 75% staked in all the Hex that I own, so I have to. So I'm here for the long haul, baby. I'm here to hang out with you guys and report on the news and see what's going on, and hopefully continue this journey of friendship and awesomeness. But as far as my liquid stack, I don't know. I might sell the whole thing. I might sell most of it. I might sell part of it. I might time it terribly. I might time it horribly. But the good news is that I'm 75% staked, so I physically cannot sell most of my goodies and gumdrops. So that's my my answer to am I staying in the market, or am I?
Can you emotionally stay though?
Can I emotionally stay? Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm the master of my emotions. That's easy.
I'll be
Right?
emotionally stayed.
Well, emotionally, like emotions are just little fucking chemicals inside your head. So once you come to realize that, and it's like, oh, I can control my chemicals by introducing new chemicals, or I can have where's I don't have a coffee with me, right? But like you can put new chemicals in there and make yourself feel better. Like say you're feeling really lazy and you want to clean up the house. You go find yourself a methamphetamines dealer, and then not financial advice, but you go hire the methamphetamine cleaner to clean your house for you. And then boom, there you go. Now you've got a cleaned house and your problem is solved, and you've solved your emotional problems. But like, can you stay emotionally in the market? Sure. It's just a matter of like, do you want to pay the price or not? And the price only matters if you decide that the price matters. So like you could tell yourself like, oh, it's all funny money and it's all bullshit anyways. I'm out here working TV towers and I'm out here, spraying pests or making cool sales and connections and things. It's like if you decide that the market is going to hurt you, then it'll hurt. If you decide that it doesn't harm you, then it won't harm you. And if you decide that it's going to be super fun and awesome, and you're fucking riding the lightning with the rest of us, and then you miss the top, then it's like, hey, well, fucking, we had a good time. We made some friends. But that's my quick and easy answer to Paul Sachs's one. I don't fucking know. So you're probably asking the wrong guy. I'm more of a friendship and people person than a know things person, and I'm always wrong anyways. So even if I gave you an answer, it would almost be guaranteed to be like inverse Oracle Jim Cramer. So I try not to give people answers. There you go. Oh, and also, by the way,
The
shout out
opposite,
to
you
Mr.
got it.
Moonmutt
Okay.
who has joined us. Welcome,
Heyo.
Mr. Moonmutt.
Cheers.
What were you?
Cheers, Vermont.
What did you want to say, Nate?
Oh no, it was just a funny quip. I just shot at you.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna presume that it's in Telegram or something. But, anyways, ladies and germs, there's three things that I want to talk about real quick, and this is just like rapid fire headline stuff that I enjoy doing at the end of shows, or like at some point in the show. But I go through Telegram t.me/crypto_news, and I find the cool things that are happening. And listen to this, guys. Fucking so three things, and then I'll go ahead and wrap up the show. We'll do final chat shoutouts if anyone hops in between now and us closing, and then we'll move to close. But frickin' New Zealand has banned crypto ATMs and set $5,000 limits on cash transfers in order to combat money laundering. What that really means is they're not combating money laundering. They're combating citizen sovereignty over there under the like the label of money laundering. So they really want to be in charge of the people. So shout out to all my Kiwi friends down there in New Zealand. I'm sorry guys, but $5,000 trans limit on cash transfers. That's freaking ridiculous. I know in the states you could get, if you get arrested with more than 10,000, then it's automatically scooped right on over into evidence.
They
and if you
want
cross,
your money, and
they
they want
want
to follow what you're doing.
Yep, they want your money, and they want to control you however they can, whether it's through like, TikTok brain rot, or like putting you in the gulag, or freezing your bank account, or putting in border checkpoints, or like banning your account on Twitter. Like the government will do anything that they can to silence the people that take the government's power away from them. So just keep that in mind. Also, another like a little bit sadder and funnier piece of news: the crypto exchange GMX has been drained of its Bitcoin and Ethereum in a $40 million exploit. So, again, guys, we say it all the time here on the channel: don't keep your money on centralized exchanges. GMX just lost all of their Bitcoin and all of or they lost $40 million. So there you guys go. Watch out for that. And then finally, the fun thing is Justin Sun has committed to buying $100 million in uh, the Trump meme coins. So there you go. Fucking Justin Sun, fucking DJing out and going and hanging out with Trump and buying the meme coins so that way he could get a $40 steak dinner that he bought for $200,000. But those are the quick little headlines that I wanted to read out before we close the show. Gentlemen, ladies, do you guys have any final thoughts before we move to close?
Negative, sir.
Excellent. Mr. Nate?
Are we breaking the upper line from 2017 to 2021, which is 112 to 3,000K? We got rejected twice. That could be selling early or top point. I mean, personally, I I don't think we have a top point because Binance founder CZ says, "Hope you bought the dip."
Yep. Hope you bought the dip.
Think about it too. This this money-making engine that the United States is about to become is and probably going to become the best economy in history. It's only just starting. It's like a diesel engine. It's just revving and revving and revving, and we're seeing signs about how good it's going to be, but it's not actually running yet. So I would not call the top yet. That might be a bad idea. Not financial advice, or not finance y'all's advice or whatever. The
Hey,
way
there we
that
go.
you do it, Will.
I got it. I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh
I gotta
boy, here
get
it comes.
my yeah, I'm getting my copywriting for everything out. But excellent. Yeah, guys, we don't hand out any financial advice on this channel. So hashtag not financial advice. There you guys go.
All good.
Mr. Nate, where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on in the near future, broski?
Tons of work, man. A lot of work. It's very exciting times, though. I find myself in a position where I'm like, have you ever been to one of those crossroads where you have multiple roads to take, and
Yes.
every single road has something good down it, but you don't know which one's like the good one, like the best one for you? You know what's the best one you can take? And career-wise, right now, I am literally staring down multiple roads that I could be taking, and I've had to do a lot of thinking about exactly what I'm going to do. So that alone is really awesome. But then obviously you still need to travel down those roads and able to catch there, and you can trip and fall and break your ankle any point along the way. So, it's a fun adventure that's happening right now for myself in real life. I'm busy as all hell because this is the busy season, as you can tell. Very red over here. It's not just this over here, right? No, this is actually real, and I'm feeling very crispy just about every single day out there in the sun. I'm pretty sure you could understand there, Will.
Yes.
But yeah, with that being said, you can find me, the Ascending Man, any of my socials: Kick, Twitch, YouTube, X, freaking Instagram, like literally anywhere. All right, just go ahead, type me in, you'll end up finding me. And yeah, guys, it's going to be a great time. It's going to take a little bit longer, and as for me right now, yes, crypto's a bit boring. Boo. So I've been kind of looking a little more on the politics side of things, because that's been fireworks. That's been a lot of fun. And I have ADHD, so I got a short attention span. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and move it over to Mr. Bean, who
I don't have anything coming up.
At Jerome.
I don't have anything coming up, but Mr. Jerome is not looking like he's going to cut rates in July, and he should. Hopefully, he cuts the rest of the way. Maybe 3 more cuts, but maybe Jerome won't be here by the end of the year. Who knows? I feel like there's something going on there, and that is not up my alley of expertise about how that works and who can decide when someone's going to leave and not going to leave. But it is interesting how unelected officials have the most power in the government over our monetary supply. It's very interesting.
That is par for the course, I will say. Par for the course, amigo.
Anyway, you could find me in our Telegram talking about Jerome the Metronome. You can find me on X, anonymous_bean. And you can find me in Miami for another 6 weeks. So if you're in the area, let me know, and we will go out and have a blast.
Hell yeah, broski. Gentlemen, it's been fun having you with us. For the folks at home who don't know anything about me, you guys can find all of my socials at will.pls.fyi. That's where you can find Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram. Everything is linked off of that. Mr. Marcus72, I'm going to go ahead and in the chats, I'm going to post my Telegram handle. Feel free to please DM me on Telegram a good address. I need to get back and forth correspondence, because the only way that I got your address was I snaked it out of the YouTube comments where it got posted one day, and I was like, oh nope, can't be having YouTube addresses in the comments, and so like I copied it and deleted it very quickly. But yeah, Mr. Marcus72, if you could send to t.me/Stevenson. If you could send me an address over there that I can send more stickers to, I would be more than happy to oblige, because you, sir, have certainly won some and definitely have deserved it and earned it. If you don't want to send it to Telegram, then click on this other link, will.pls.fyi. You can find my Twitter off of that. It's just @WillStevensonX. Super simple over there on Twitter. Send me a friend request or send me a message or yell at me that like, hey, this is my account, and then we'll open up a DM correspondence and stuff. Don't send me your address over the broad open internet, broski. I don't want people to come to your house. It's safe with me. It's not. I can't guarantee the other 61 people that are watching right now. So there we go. So that's what that covers that. As far as what I'm doing in the near future, I am going to be here in Cedar Hill for at least to the end of the week, or Cedar Hill, Texas, I should say, to the end of the week. So after that, I will be either traveling over to the next place to go and hang out with Mr. Dace Northal and help him install some church lights and sound systems. And if that doesn't happen, then I'll continue being here, stacking towers and dealing with this crooked anchor and seeing what goes on with it. I'll let you guys know. In September, I'm going to be heading up to New England area. So catch me up north, September 4th through the 8th. I'll be up there doing a canoe race with my good friend Zach. It'll be excellent and awesome. So if anyone's in between Texas and New England and you want me to swing by and say hi, then I'll come say hello. And that's all we got for that. As far as the DGen Roundtable, let me go ahead and put myself on the full screen here. For those of you guys that have never seen before, DGen Roundtable, youtube.com/@DGen or /@DGen Roundtable. We are live every 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday. Whoa, wait, no, it's over here. Wednesday, we talk to guests. On Friday, we do book clubs. And on Sunday, we cover the news. For this Friday, the DGen Roundtable is covering Thomas Sowell's Intro to Economics or Basic Economics or something like that. It's in the DGen Roundtable book club. But there you guys go. I believe it is Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell. So you guys can find that over there. That's what me and Zenith are doing 2 days from now on a book club. Mr. Zenith will be hosting. And then we've got Sunday news coming up. So that's what we've got for the DGen Roundtable. Gentlemen, it's been a fantastic stream. Folks at home, thank you so much for watching. And I want to thank all of you for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent Jay often says, we know that time is your most valuable asset, and we appreciate you investing that time right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Stevenson, but more importantly, you have been watching the DGen Roundtable. Mr. Producer, that's me. Go ahead and get that trigger finger ready, because it's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly. And I'm trying a new outro here, so let's see how this works. Oh, stay in the studio until the outro video finishes playing. The broadcast